And this episode of Ortega Squared is sponsored by Dirt Dude.
They do mowing, landscaping, and cleanups. If you want a free estimate, all you have to do is DM or call them at 484-929-7686. That's 484-929-7686.
Or Dirt Dudes LV on Instagram. Thank you. Welcome back to Ortega Squared, part 2 of the finale. We're joined by two new guests. We got Nino and Domfig.
What's up?
Tell us about yourselves.
I'm glad to be here, honestly. Yesterday, I was supposed to be here with Dr. B and Jason, but events have happened. I didn't feel the greatest, so I'm here now, and I'm happy. It's exciting.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, same thing with me. Actually, we had a little speed bump yesterday. The producers of this show kind of airballed me, but we're, gonna get this on a roll. I'm feeling good today.
All right. So, just tell us. You guys are both seniors. Just tell us what is your plan? Maybe not college, but overall.
I plan overall. Obviously college is in the plans, so that's a big step. I'm going to Westchester University. It's a big school. I'm excited to go. I think it'll be a lot of fun. But after that, I just kind of want to have a life that I enjoy, you know? I don't want to get a job that I sit there every day just rethinking life, you know? I want to do something I like and that has obviously money. No, nowadays everything's money, so I definitely want to make a good chunk of it. So I'm pretty excited for that. I, I could see myself in 10 years, you know. What am I? It's 2025, 2035. I could see myself settled down, finished up with college, nice family.
What do you think your career is going to be?
Oh, so I'm majoring in physical therapy. To to be honest, I hope I stick with it, you know. It's a 7-year or not program, but course. So that's pretty big. That takes a lot of time. It was hard to do 4 years of high school, so another seven might be challenging for sure.
Nino, do you have any plan or anything you're doing right now that you're happy?
Um, to be honest, not really. College wasn't my thing, and I have actually a flight planned to Cali this September. I'm trying to just look around and see what I'm gonna do. I'm definitely getting my tattoo out there. I have some family I can take care of. My grandma's getting a little old. They want me there, so I think I want to ride it out for a bit till that time comes.
And that's where your family's originally, not originally from, but that's where they're.
Yeah, majority of my family's in Cali or Seattle.
Do you guys think college is necessary? Like, do you think you have to go to college to have a successful future?
So actually, yesterday in the episode we had, in part one, we had with Dr. B and Jason. We're basically talking about like social perceptions and what people think you have to do, and we are also talking about like what someone's actually passionate about and wants to do. Like I remember yesterday we are talking about like what my plans were, and we talked about Jason. Like Jason doesn't want to really like play football like after college. Like he just wants it to be like a kind of academic thing and not actually make a career out of it.
Hmm.
And then with me, we talked about how I want to go to Kutztown University, major criminal justice, and then go to police academy. And then we talked about Dr. B. He talked about his story, like his PhD, like all the things he did in his past. And Angel talked about his plans as well. But really, college, it's not necessary. I personally believe it really just comes down to like what you think you can actually achieve and overcome in your own personal life. Because everyone's different. Obviously, everyone's not the same.
I mean, I agree with you, but personally, I don't think college is necessary, but I definitely think it's a big role because nowadays you have to have a certification for everything.
Mhm.
Right.
Whether that's like, I'm not saying you need to go to a 4-year university, but even like say you want to do like just anything, like I can't think of something off the top of my head.
If your career plan bars that you have a college degree, then you should probably get a college degree if that's your career plan.
Oh, for sure. Like I think so for a while, I always thought like unless you're gonna be into like the health field, you know, do stuff like that, college is not necessary. But like now, the way this world is going, like I definitely think like it's a big part. And it like you were saying how people like between what people say you should do and what they want to do, like I honestly think like yes, it'd be amazing to have a life doing what you like love to do, and some of it, yes, you can do. but most of it you have to do what you don't want to do. Like you have to go to college, you have to
Right.
sacrifice years.
I feel like there's also like never one plan, never one specific plan. You
Never.
could take multiple pathways to do what you want to do.
Hmm.
And whether that requires college or not, I think the decision should be made by you and not by your career.
I agree. Um, I think just everything, like all occupations, like everything you want to do, like I believe there's way easier routes of taking it, but with the social norms, everyone feels obligated to go to college to do
Right.
that because like it's just a fear of missing out, you
I
know?
wanted to point out like in our yearbook it said that 74% of our class is going into college.
Yeah, I think that rate's gonna drop down to 40 after sophomore year.
Yeah.
I think more than half will drop out of college by then.
Because they say like 1/3 of students will change their major.
Hmm.
So a lot of us will drop out. But I think we should do whatever we feel like we should do.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think we should ever let others make choices for
for
us.
sure. I think life is a lot, so you just gotta live life and do what comes at. Like you're gonna have obstacles, you know. Maybe your major's not for you. Maybe my major's not for me, you know. Like it might just happen. It is what it is.
Are
So,
you planning on playing sports in college?
I'm planning. So Westchester, they have a preferred walk-on opportunity. So I can walk on there. I definitely do want to do that.
For what sport?
Football. It just all comes down to if I make the cut or not.
Um, was that like, did you always want to play football in college or it just came?
Honestly, talking to Coach Zenzo and stuff all year, like I really didn't know if I wanted to, didn't know if I wanted to focus on school. It kind of just hit me at one moment, you know. I
Mhm.
was just laying there watching like football videos. I thought like, yeah, like I do like the sport, you know, it would be fun to play in college. I mean, after college, that's another story. It's whatever. I'm not really too deep into that, but I would definitely like to keep playing in college.
What are you guys like proud of right now? Like me and Jen are extremely proud of the podcast. Like we did this full season, we stuck it out. Like if you're ever gonna do something, you stick it out. Like it
Yeah.
might not be the what you really want to do in that moment, but if you stick it out, you'll really find out if you truly love it. Like what are you guys passionate about right now?
Right now, I would say I'm passionate with my state of mind. I definitely think there was like a time period this year where like I wasn't happy, you know, every day just felt like, oh, I gotta get up, do this. Like now with the point I'm at, I'm at a happy point. Like I love where I'm at in life. I'm so excited for what's coming. Like I'm definitely like happy on that.
I definitely do feel some like self-doubt or like sort of self-conscious about certain things this year, but I definitely like mentally and I did improve. I think about like sophomore to junior year is probably like around like the worst time of my life. I don't know, I was low key going through it. And I think a big part of that was like you guys, football really like I say this all the time. Like I truly envy like people who got to play this sport like their whole life because like if I was ever to go to college, it would be like because I was pursuing football. And I feel like it's bad to think this way, I know, but I do like dwell on the thought that like what if I was in this sport? Or
I think we always have those thoughts of like, what if? But I think that's perfectly normal. I don't think you should say that's bad to think like that because it's perfectly normal to be self-aware. Think like you're not always gonna wake up and like this is the greatest day. Like
Yeah,
you're gonna
for
have
sure.
bad days, and I think that's perfectly normal. But I think it's extra healthy to really think about it. Like, why is my day like this? How can I make it better? And I think like reflecting on like the shouldas, like it's gonna happen, but then you should flip that and be like, "This is what I did do,
Mhm.
and this is how I got through it."
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like, there was a point where, like, when I was going through stuff, like, it was nothing crazy. Like, I'm not saying I was the most depressed, but like, I just wasn't a happy person, you know? I
Mhm.
wasn't like majorly depressed or anything like that. So I'm not gonna make it seem like that. But once I started like actually sitting there and like instead of like just dwelling on stuff, like I actually like, all right, it's time to like do this, do that, get up. Like, you know, you feel better as a person. You just gotta keep pushing through. And like with not playing football, like yeah, I can understand where you're sad about that, but, like, at the same time, you'd probably be completely different, like, your whole life would be different if you played, like, football your whole life. So, like, maybe you wouldn't be where you are right now if you didn't skip those years, you know?
I think it's a good idea to be comfortable with the choices we make.
Right.
Mhm.
And also another time is like I truly hold fast to the thought that our actions define us because it's true. Whatever we do, whether it be in high school or when we're in the workforce, like when we're in our 30s, like the things we do, people notice that and that's what they know us for. Like if we think back, like for example, if you did something in elementary school and then you grow up to be in high school, people are gonna remember you for the things you did.
Mhm.
Really, so it really comes down to the actions and the decisions you actually make, and it's up to you to decide if they're good or not. Because at the end of the day, you're your own person.
Yeah. I mean, Nino, maybe you should have like pursued it. Maybe you should have took it like when you were in that moment, you should have really thought about it. However, think about the things you did do. You did stick it out. You did come back. Like I think you should be proud of that. So I want to ask you again, like, what are you proud of right now?
That I don't feel the same way I did last year.
That's great. Like I think that's a great sentiment. Like really knowing where our mind's at and like able to like think about like, oh, I'm a better person now. I think that's really good. And we were talking about that yesterday, like being self-aware, like I said, being self-aware is like one of the best things we can do for ourselves.
Yeah, I'm like based off my character, like a lot like most people don't really realize this until like they genuinely talk to me. I have a bunch of friends, but for those who just hear about me, like it could be like certain things like they feel as if though like I carry myself a certain way, or like if I'm being sarcastic, they think that's the real me, or if like somebody's talking about me but they don't genuinely know me or have like spoken to me or had like any conversations that maybe like you guys or my other friends have. I they come across like, oh, he's like a bad kid or anything, which like I don't fully like blame them for thinking, there's certain things that happen, there's certain things out of school that people do know of, but like um I genuinely like I'm proud of myself because I know like my heart's in the right place right now. Like it doesn't make anything in the past like genuinely feel like, oh, I think about it, it still doesn't hurt. It definitely does hurt, but I've gotten really good at acceptance.
Mhm.
I really proud of that
So do you think you make choices because people perceive you a certain way?
to an extent. Yeah,
I think, like, I don't make certain choices, but it definitely makes me more self-conscious.
Hmm.
Like, it definitely makes me think more, but, um, I don't know. Like, I feel like nowadays, um, no matter what room you're in, everyone has their own role in a group, and I just feel like there was times where maybe I would switch how I would act to be, like, a certain role, you know?
Hmm.
Like, I'm kind of another thing that I'm happy of, like, this is not now, like, it's kind of been all throughout high school. I feel like this was more in middle school I would do this, like, I was more like a class clown type of guy, but now I just really don't, like, switch who I am to be around certain people.
I think we should be instead of being fulfilled in roles, I think we should focus on self-fulfillment, like
For
Right.
sure.
making us feel good
Mm,
and not being somebody else for other people,
Right.
which is
yeah,
what we talked about yesterday.
It,
and, like, back to self-fulfillment, like, I don't know if you are you guys religious?
yeah.
yeah.
Um, so I would say it was like I'm Christian. I always been Christian, but like there was never times I was really deep in the religion.
Right.
But this like the past few months I actually been like taking time to like getting deeper, like trying to figure out who I am. And like I just feel fulfilled doing that, you know? Like I even like there's people who don't believe in higher ups,
Mhm.
God, like any religion. And someone actually told me that they think it's a good idea, say it's not real. Like it kind of builds you a framework, you know? It
Mhm.
kind of pushes you to strive for something in life. And I agree with that. I mean, I totally believe in God, but if other people don't, I just feel like religion is great because it gives you a framework on life and pushes you to be a better person.
I think religion or not, no matter what religion you are, or no matter what kind of belief system, like you can have your self belief system or you religious beliefs. Either way, beliefs are good. If you believe you can do something, if you have like a goal in your mind that's like overarching in your life, and you really believe in that, I think you can really achieve anything.
I feel like if you don't like discriminate or like think of any other religion like in a different way, I know like as myself as a Christian, I don't see any other of my friends like or any acquaintance or peers any different based off religion or if they don't believe at all. Like I think if you just have some sort of belief system, like believe like genuinely
Yeah,
even believing in yourself
yeah, self belief,
or the or some type of like will to like strive and
goals.
have like a genuine moral compass.
Mhm. And that doesn't have to come, like I said, it doesn't have to come from religion. It can come from anything that motivates you in your life. I think we should find motivation, seek that out because that's going to drive us.
Yeah.
You should be self motivated. You should get motivation from others. Any kind of motivation will make you strive for your goals.
I definitely agree. Like I wouldn't say it was last year, but just there was definitely a point throughout high school where I had friends that weren't probably like, the most like they weren't the greatest,
Mhm.
And like um I started surrounding myself around people who want to push me, make me better who I like as a person, like especially football on and off the field. So like I think if you surround yourself with people who want to see you win, you'll definitely start to.
Yeah, like what Don was saying, like it's all about surrounding yourself with the correct people that are good for you, that fit into your character, that not only build you as a person, but also push you to do right and not wrong. There's gonna be people that we surround ourselves that try to push us to do things that we're not comfortable with and things that we don't believe in. So it really just ultimately it comes down to like who we're actually with and the correct people in our life that are right for us.
Going off as Dom was saying about football, um, Angel especially being on the line with me, and Dom being on the same team as me as well. I feel like if you don't like genuinely have like the connection to like you know play together or like genuinely befriend each other as like not just oh we're teammates, we're just gonna talk during the season and then it's like oh that's done. No, like I've genuinely bonded like friendships with my teammates. I feel like us being on a shortage of players
Mhm.
throughout like when we played especially and going against like certain schools like oh I'm not gonna like try to put a little band-aid on it but like we go against school like Notre Dame
Mhm.
and those things like and we even if we have like lost those games I don't feel like we genuinely didn't try like
Mhm.
we've exceeded like so many like limits that were like placed on us by like our peers and other people who like genuinely doubt us and I just like I feel like just be kind and be open-minded.
Mhm. I think I was did an online interview recently. It was talking about like building. Well, the interview was about like you had to be knowledgeable on something, and I said that like that career because I had previously done something like that. It was more about building connections, and they value money obviously, but I think the connections we build is really important. Like you build connections in football, you're gonna build connections in college. And I think this is a great way to like end off like, I think it's important and to value the connections you make in high school. I think it's important to value the connections you make in high school and value, the friends you make along the way. And thank you too for being on the podcast today. This has been the final season or the first season of Ortega Squared. Thank you.
I'm glad to be on here. Thank you guys.
Thank
Yeah.
you.